What up, everybody, and welcome to Late Night Live number 72. 72. What's going on, Abjit? Nice to see you. It is the day before I travel back home for the holidays. Life is scatterbrained, you can't really see it, but everywhere outside of the camera frame, there's a whole lot going on. And I still have a whole lot more stuff that I have to do before I leave tomorrow. And tomorrow, I'm teaching a class right before I go to the airport, so I gotta pack my bags and get all my stuff and take it to my class, and then I'll leave straight from the dance studio to the airport. I have to bring, I guess, a spare pair of clothes because I'll be a little bit sweaty after my dance class, but that's okay. What's going on, Marilyn? Nice to see you. What up, Hans? Fozzie! Whoa! This has gotta be like a record. Fozzie is here on the first minute. This has never happened before. What's going on, Hody? What's going on, Jay? Nice to see everybody. Christmas week. Yeah, I decided I wasn't in like I'm in a Christmassy mood, but I wasn't in like a Christmas music and Christmas hat mood today. So I just decided to regular music, regular attire, nothing Christmassy. I might write Christmassy stuff, but not writing anything super Christmassy. No classes, right. 'Tis the holidays, so you get to be free. That's awesome. Who will babysit my plants? So this is a thing that I've been trying to figure out. This is a big question that's had me relatively stressed out. Good morning, Porvika. So I do have a friend who has a set of keys to my apartment who's gonna pop by once a week or something like that. I'm gone for 2 weeks, but he's gonna come by and check on the plants and whatnot. I don't want to be, I feel like super inconvenient, because some of my plants are like, I water them every 4 days, other ones are every 7 days, they're all kind of on their own little schedule, because I pamper them a lot. And a couple of them, over the past couple weeks, I don't know if it's the temperature change or what's going on, but a couple of them have been dropping leaves, which is a little stressful. Like Hedwig, my night blooming jasmine, has been dropping leaves. And I recently trimmed Hedwig as well, and I have two cuttings that are in water right now, and the roots just started growing this week, which means about next week I would plant them in soil, but I'm not going to be home next week. So it's like worst timing ever for leaves to be dropping and for my cuttings to be needing rooting and all that kind of stuff. So I tried to make things as easy as possible for my friend. And I got glass bottles, just from some ginger ale that I was drinking a while ago, and I pierced holes in the caps, and I have those in, like, doing the upside down, slowly drip thing. So ideally, if he doesn't come on, like, the 4th day, the plants will be able to survive or whatever. But I haven't figured out yet, like, I did it all, and they've all drained, like, half of the bottle, and I'm hoping now, I'll know for sure when I wake up tomorrow what happens with the water levels. I'm hoping that it drained like half the bottle, and then it'll stop, and then it'll only drain the water when the soil needs it. That's the theory behind bottle drip watering. So I'm hoping that works. We'll see. I'm testing it out right now. But then I have a couple other plants, like Benjamin, my Pelea peperomioids, or however you say that. He's having a tough time right now, but he also prefers really dry soil, so I'm trying to keep him super dry over the holidays. So I don't want to do the bottle trick, so I don't really know what I'm going to do there yet. I'll water him tomorrow before I leave, and then just have my friend come in a week, and maybe water him again if the soil's dry. Also, pretty sure my heater is not working good in my apartment. It's going to get cold when I'm not here. I mean, the heater will be going, but I think my heater is broken, so it'll just be hovering right below where I would like it to be. Just a whole bunch of stuff. But I do have a friend who's going to try to take care of my plants. Some might have a rough time during the holidays, but that's okay. We can rebuild and resow. Sorry, that was a very long welcome to my Penmanship Live, where I'm just going to talk about plants for 5 minutes. Sorry. Alright. Today is a writing day, and I see we got Lurker James in the house already. What's going on, Lurker James? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Everybody's here early today. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I have a humidifier as well, but it's only gonna be refilled when my buddy comes in. I'm gonna put them all on, or a bunch of them on my leather cutting table, so everything is sort of close by. Also, doing that so it's easier for my friend to water them, so he doesn't have to climb over all my stuff around my apartment to get to everything. And then I have a giant, like a huge champagne bottle upside down in Rasta, my fern, and hopefully he should be fine until I get back. I'm pretty sure that should be plenty of water for him, but who knows, we'll see. The baby ferns, hopefully they'll be fine. I don't know. It's an experiment in going away. Alright, no theme today. I just feel like writing a little bit. As far as theme-wise and what we write, as per usual, I'm down to take chat suggestions. I've been looking at a lot of penmanship lately. I haven't been writing a lot, but I've been looking at a lot because if anybody's on my Discord, they already know this, but I have finished my re-archiving and recropping and tweaking, rotating and everything, the entire American and Western penman collections from the University of Scranton, which is a huge thing. It's a big undertaking. I started many months ago, and I finally, was it 2 days ago, finished it. So I have my full resolution versions, I have web versions that are quicker for scrolling through my phone and just rapid scrolling to find specific things, and then I also have an OCR version, so if I need to find a specific name or a specific word, I can easily search the entire archive. Unfortunately, the archive is a little too big for me to put it on my website to share with everybody, but if you come to like convention and things like that, I'll try to bring things with a USB stick or whatever, but eventually I will try to get it on like some kind of way to share it with the world, because I mean, I did it, it's done now. You guys might as well reap the benefits of having it as well. What up, Micah? Welcome, welcome. Oh, Marilyn, yeah, last week you told me about your Jovo crazy flexible pen. Ooh, red ink. It's not quite red, it's like a maroon. Let me give a shade so you can see the color of it. This is the maroon that, it's old ink now, but this is the ink that Bran from Indonesia, or he made for me when I went to Indonesia. Is Bran from Indonesia? Or was he just traveling there? I can't remember. But yeah, he made this burgundy ink, and just the other day I was chilling, and I figured I would write with it. I wanted to see... Yeah, I'd been writing with black for quite a while, so I decided to dive into some maroon ink. It is a very pretty ink. Yeah, this is the... I had the maroon walnut, and the navy walnut that he made for me. What up, Jagrudi? Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the live stream. Oh, fun little discovery the other day. So if you remember when we did our paper carving lives, I talked about wanting to make some sort of print where I print just the left tine and then I carve the right tine. Well, I discovered with the carving paper, where is it? With the carving paper that I use, it's obviously way too thick to bend through my printer, so I was kind of bummed. I was like, well, I can't print on this. I gotta find like a local printer who can do prints. And these, I just wanted to make some chill ones, not like to sell. If I was gonna sell like a run of prints, I would get somebody to print them. But I just wanted just like random, if I wanted to make something quickly for myself, or for gifts for people or something like that, I could, but I can't print them at home. And then I discovered I can open the back of my printer and feed thick paper through the front, and it can go straight through. The print quality is not quite as good as I would like. That's one issue I have with my printer. But I just, as a test, I printed this. I printed one of my lined alphabets. It's not nearly as good of a print as the professional ones that I had printed a while ago, but I just picked the file really quickly and ran it through the printer, and I can fully print on the crazy millimeter thick paper now. So now I can print something that's way less detailed than this, and I'll design something that is just left tine, and then I'll carve in the right tine. So it could be, so I can make essentially paper carving templates for myself to carve certain words and certain things like that for carving practice, which is kind of fun. This is very bright today. There we go. Ooh, we could write food that we're having for the holidays. All right, what's everybody's favorite food for the holidays? I mean, the staple, or one of the go-tos, is obviously turkey, which is important. What up, Ojaswani? Welcome, welcome. Turkey. I'm assuming my mom is making a full Christmas meal again this year. She usually does. Turkey is it's a Thanksgiving thing, but in Canada, I mean, it's a Thanksgiving thing in Canada as well, but Thanksgiving isn't nearly as big of a thing in Canada, at least for my family it wasn't. Thanksgiving dinner and turkey dinner, and Christmas dinner, they're kind of the same. At least at my house. I don't know if everybody treats them the same. But I will definitely be having turkey on Christmas, or if my mom makes it, I'll be having it. If she doesn't make it, then I won't have it. I'll have whatever there is. Corn, yummy, yummy. I remember being very surprised when I moved to the States, and my friends were saying, like, there was friends that were going home for Thanksgiving, but they weren't going home for Christmas, and that was really weird to me, because Thanksgiving was not like, it was just a dinner. It's not that big of a, like, holiday, or wasn't for me anyways growing up, whereas Christmas is a big holiday. Whoa. Alright, I'm gonna do corn first, then I'll do mashed potatoes. I don't know if my arm's warmed up yet. I didn't do very many ovals. I'm gonna try to do a Kanan C here if I can. If this was round, we'd be pretty alright. Corn. It dries like maroon. I guess it's quite dark. The paper was just so light when I had it up like that. It dries like it dries maroon. About the color of, say, my bowler hat. My maroon bowler hat, not the black one. I feel like the ink looks a lot darker on the screen than it or the shades look darker on the screen than they actually are. Ooh, brisket. That sounds like a fun, delicious meal. Yep, I gotta do some warm-ups. My arm is not warmed up enough yet. I'm gonna pause on the food writing things for a moment. Did I see that Ojaswini say, did I miss that she was leaving? Jumping in to say hello. Won't be able to stay tonight. No worries. Thanks for jumping in to say hello, Ojaswini. It is appreciated. I need to warm up more. Give me a few minutes here. See you in the new year, Ojaswini. Have a good one. Be safe over the holidays. Okay, maybe that's better. Okay, now I gotta scroll up for food. Mashed potatoes, we'll do that one. Fountain pens? Of course. I do. I know Fozzie does. I don't know who else is in here that uses fountain pens. I think a lot of penmen use fountain pens. I feel like I'm writing very far away from myself. Ooh, that's a pretty pea. So I can open the blanket. Is it a clip cap or it's a threaded cap? Is the barrel not reverse threaded, so one goes left and the other goes right? Oh, I think I spelled mashed potatoes wrong. Did I? No! Potato. I did it right. Woohoo. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you as well, Olivia. Thank you very much. Potatoes. Oh, got you. Roasted Brussels sprouts. RB Sprouts. Oh, I keep scrolling up to see the food that people are typing in. I'm missing so much chat messages. My hand feels on edge when I'm writing today. That sounds yummy, Jay. Uh-oh. Croquembouche. What is croquembouche? Croquembouche. I don't know what that is. I need my writing to relax, or my hand to relax. Pre-fritter roll tree. I have to Google that. Oh, sorry. I should have turned my microphone off for that. Oh. WEM. Did anybody in the chat use practice paper or calligraphy pages as their wrapping paper this year? Gingerbread people, nice. I'll be doing that, I'm assuming, the day of Christmas Eve or the day before that. I'm guessing at my sister's house. Shade is good shape. This oval's funky today. Every time I've done it so far today, it's been weird shaped. I use just a kakuno. I don't know what a kakuno is. Croquembouche. Not croquembouche. 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 Ah, fountain pen. Got you. I keep going back between food and pens. I was not catching the change. My apologies. I read the chat not in order, but just as I go through it. Oops. What's Paxu mean? Leftovers? Does my chair have to be higher? We have, this is a whole week. We have the first regular, then Paxu, then Kawali. Ah, Paxu is the next week. What up, Giancarlo? How's it going, John? vinegar and gravy. Oh, yummy. Oh, I'm gonna write. So I had I saw just like a snippet of writing in one of the scrapbooks the other day, and it got me thinking of a cool way potentially to do a Q, though it might just look like a flourished L, but it's another variation of the Q, and I'm gonna experiment with it for a sec here. So for the Q, we use either the classic variation is the Q that looks like a 2, like so, or we have the Q that looks like just a regular O. Whoa! Let me try that again. My ovals are not pretty today. Come on, make a good shape. We have a Q that way, or we have the Q with a descender, which is my personal favorite these days, like so. Or I got wondering, the way we do the O, the way we do an O like that, could we transition into something like this? To get that, like this shade from a V. And obviously, I didn't do it very well, but going from the opposite direction, getting that shade, and then coming out of it like an L, but above the baseline, could be a quirky variation of the Q, if I could do one. Oh, see, it has to be above the baseline, or that just looks like a capital D or an L, which is not what we want. What if I shade that first one? Like, would that look like a Q, or does that still just look like a capital D? I saw it. It was in a business writing thing. So it was all hairline, and it was just a very simple, and it looked really cool, but it didn't, when I first saw it, it didn't look like a D or an O or anything other than a Q. It was just, I mean, when the oval of the O was immaculately shaped, it looked really, really good. Oh yeah, stuffing. Get this compound curve shade ironed out because it feels rocky today. Why does everything feel rocky today? Must have too much nervous energy getting ready to travel tomorrow. Have I ever experienced a penmanship related dream? Oh yeah. Many times. I mean, none that are specific enough that I could say what happened or remember what happened, but I've definitely done penmanship in my dreams before, and I swear I've created crazy letter combinations in my dreams before. What am I writing? Stuffing, right. What's going on with that crazy shape oval? hand's just lazy today. It's not completing shapes. Yep, that's what happens in dreams. Except the forms are a whole lot nicer in the dreams. Usually. You like to hope anyways. Complete your shapes. Drills. I mean, there are, I guess, Olympic athletes imagine their runs and they imagine themselves winning, and that's a part of how they compete and how they win. So maybe that's important. Maybe we're supposed to dream about doing drills and getting perfect forms. How about you, Lurker James? I know you love drills. Do you dream about doing drills? Tee hee hee. Lurker James hates drills. But if we do drills in our dreams, dreams, that's what we call them in his nightmares. Oops. It's dreams. When you do drills in your dreams, that's dreams. Dreams. It's gonna be my new advice to students. Oh, make sure you do your dreams every day. Yeah, there we go. Ew, drills. That's exactly what I was expecting. I never feel like I'm doing drills when I do drills. I guess what I'm doing is I like repeating shapes until I get good ones and trying to get them consistent, which is drills, but I never feel like I'm doing drills when I do them. That's true, Jay. That's very true. Not all of us are gifted with the ability to write without practice, like Lurker James and others. Or drillemes? Would that be a better word for it? Drillemes? No, I don't like that. I don't like drillemes. Saint. New sheet of paper. I think, Marilyn, when a lot of people do drills and when they experience what you're saying, that as you're going, they feel like they get worse. I think a lot of people feel that way. And what ends up happening is, I primarily do drills because of movement writing and stuff like that. And what happens is, if people have a free movement and they're doing a letter form, for example, we're just doing this stem. If we were doing that, as they go, they start seeing the things they're like, with each passing one, they see the things that aren't happening correctly, and they'll start trying to fix those things. But instead of relaxing and trying to let the muscles fix those things, they end up trying to control those things. And then, as we know, forms might improve a little bit, but trying to control drills and movement exercises doesn't work. And then what happens from there, as you're trying to control it, that's causing tension in your muscles, which means your muscles are getting more tired, which means then even if you relax them to do the letter form, they're not going to do it good because they're tired and strained already. But you're definitely not alone there. That is I believe that is very common. Yep. That's why I always tell people, because you'll also see in people's writing, the top of the page, like if people are writing correspondence or a letter or something like that, the top of the page is usually better than the bottom half of the page, or an alphabet. A through M is usually better than N through Z. Just because people get to the bottom and they get stressed out, like they've been doing it for a long time. And if they have been gripping the pen and actually fatiguing themselves, then that's a reason. But oftentimes it's just stress. Extra tension comes into play, which is why I always emphasize, if you're practicing, it's not about filling the page, it's about just writing until the page is full, if your goal is to write a page of practice. Because a page of practice, if I was doing just capital stems, if I was just doing stems like these, a full page is going to take me at least half an hour to do a full page of just capital stems. So, for some, potentially for most, not the most exciting half an hour. I guess maybe almost, dare I say, boring half an hour, but I enjoy it. I usually listen to an audiobook and get my practice on. And yes, cake and wine is always helpful. Both. Maybe both together. There we go. That's more the shape we want. Cake and wine. That doesn't look like a wine glass. It looks like a funky martini glass. Whoops. Yeah, that makes sense for envelope jobs. Well, 'cause there's also something to be said for easing into it. Hello, Carlo. I'm gonna try to do that and make it an actual wine glass. Can we flourish a wine glass? I mean, we can. But will we do it successfully is the question. That's a V. Not a W, so we can flourish a vine glass. I don't know. Is that better? I don't know if that's better. Potentially not. That looks like a funnel. Ugh. It's a wine funnel. I guess we could also flourish one this way. Looks messy though. What up, Brawlin? I didn't see Brawlin say hello. I apologize if I missed your message. I didn't know you were here. Now I'm determined. Pretend there's wine in it. I don't know if that's not very pretty. Gingerbread. Oh, I ran out of ink on that very last. I didn't run out of ink, but my pen skipped or something. It's a little thick to be a wine glass. It is definitely more chalicey. The fallacy of the chalicey. I mean, we could also do, yeah, like a wide V. We went. And then just had a stem. Wine. this is. It's a wine that's italicized. There we go. I'm getting this weird kink at the bottom of my V's, but that's much prettier. Good exercise for that. A good drill, dare I say, if anybody's looking for one. It's one that I don't do very often, but it would be a good one, and I should do it more often. Is this one. It's a good one because you notice none of those look very clean or very uniform. So it is a great exercise to even out that shade. Christmas pudding. The pudding of Christmas. It is raining so hard out right now. Rainy Vancouver. Whoa, that's a fat R. Thank you, Fozzie. This is my Stream Beats playlist on Spotify of stream safe music so I don't get dinged for any of it. It's very relaxing. I don't remember what I was writing in R4. I like that R though. Oh yeah, rainy Vancouver. Right. Whoops. Well, we have Rudolph Vancouver now. Rudolph. Right. Rainy Vancouver. I'm pretty sure every time Peter comes in, somebody forgets Coffee Lover's name. It's just so fun to say, "What up, Coffee Lover?" But how's it going, Peter? Yeah, we haven't had you in here in a minute. I quite like that Rudolph. A little bit of sort of running hand script coming out of it. Rainy Vancouver. That's all right, Peter. Life happens. But I am glad you were able to pop in, because this is the last stream we're gonna have for 2 weeks? Is it only 2 weeks? I'm a coffee smell lover, but I don't like the taste of coffee very much. This is an interesting transition. It's a fun one. If you're ever looking for a fun little chill challenge, doing the V with a horizontal oval coming out of it, I think it's most popularly seen in one of Madaraz's versions of Count That Day Lost, whose low descending sun views at thy hand in that V. It continues, and it's a really interesting transition because it can really easily look too smooth or too sharp. There's like a sweet spot right in the middle of getting that curve up. It's a good little challenge. Good little challenge for you. Speaking of challenge, I'm wondering, probably not in January, but I think maybe we'll do another round of the Sig Slingin' Sunday challenge maybe we'll do that in February, I think? Or should we do it in January, or just somewhere in the middle? Haven't decided yet. Because now I can pull all the signatures from the American and Western penmans now. Whoops. Well, that first L just didn't want to look good. That's valid, Marilyn. I think that's allowed. Oh, you could write challenge the way, was it Zayner or Lupfer? I can't remember. When we did the Christmas pieces, he did that one that was, how did he do it? Yeah, okay. Like so. Oh no, he had an extra, right. So that compound curve wasn't so long, because long compound curves don't usually look good. Oh, sleep time for Micah. Alright, Micah, sweet dreams, have a Merry Christmas and a wonderful New Year, and we will see you soon. Black like her soul. Hmm? Oh, this is tough to do with. It's tough to do with forearm movement. I might have to go whole arm. I don't have the range to get that C at this size. Oh, I forgot the extra loop again. Forgetful. I only agree because you've told me that's the case so many times. New piece of paper. Jay's out too. Everybody's leaving early today. That's okay. 'Tis the holidays. Until next year, Jay. Have a wonderful Christmas and a good New Year. Oh, nice, Peter. I'm glad you like it. It's a great book. I think some of the best ductus to follow for sure. Oh, I don't remember the title. It's just called Calligraphy, isn't it? Or it's calligraphy something or something calligraphy. I don't remember. A complete guide, there we go. It's a great book, Fozzie. I don't own it. I've read through it a bunch of times. I want to own it, but unless I'm mistaken, I think the reason I haven't bought it yet was because I want the hardcover version. And I think it was only released in hardcover in, is it French? In the European copy. I don't think it was released in English in a hardcover, but I could be making that up. That could be very wrong. I don't know if that's an accurate statement or not. So as always, don't quote me on that. Oh, where would... Does the Speedball textbook do French ronde? What up, Jesse? Yeah, I wish they released the English version in hardcover. I only like hardcover books when they're available in hardcover. I much prefer them in hardcover. I don't like softcover books. Deja Vu is kind of freaky, but cool. Because I want to write it, I need to get better at that D. I gotta figure out how to make that D not look awkward. Every time I write it, it looks weird. Who am I kidding? Every time I write any D, it looks weird. Capital D. That D was... It was! But I saw... I don't know if it was a video or just like somebody used it just like the other day on Instagram. And I saw it. I was like, I gotta get better at that D because it looks like it would be a lot more chill to write. Or it looks nice sometimes. but it never looks the way I want it in movement. Like ideally, we come down, we go here, we come up sooner, then we do our shades. That's all well and good, but this transition, making this so narrow in movement, feels really weird to me. I gotta get used to going up so much quicker. I travel way too far to the right. Pretty sure that's why it feels and looks awkward when I do it. But I could do it like that, but I want to do it with movement. Yep. Potbelly D. Yeah, I get this weird, it's not shaped right. Getting that oval in there is the important part that I miss out on. So I guess you could technically make that a full stem as well, couldn't you? If it was... And then imagining that didn't stop. Come on. My arm doesn't want to write today. Maybe in 2022 I'll have more writing days. Okay, maybe my writing will improve in 2022. We'll cross our fingers for that. Freaky but cool. I feel you on that, Peter. Yeah, for me, going up from the baseline on the D never feels good. Either variation of the D. Going from... Yeah, just right there, that transition, I always end up going too far over to the right. And that's the same with, I mean, I've discussed this habit of mine for many, many times on these streams, but going from this portion is always too far out, or almost always, when I do a capital O or a D. Let me get the angle right. Not bad, but it's... This should be... It makes the angle off. I mean, that second one was pretty decent. But D's eat way too much ham. I did not know that D's were partial to ham. I have to consciously think as soon as I get here to straighten it up, because from here, because I'm traveling to the right, my hand wants to go and do like an oval that's at like that angle rather than on this slant line that I'm writing at. Always. So they'll usually come out something like that, where they're way going out this way, rather than transitioning and then coming down, so that we're on the 52 like we're supposed to be. And it's an issue I'm aware of. I just haven't put in the time to iron it out and get it correct, to fix it. Because I'm lazy, I guess. I'm gonna make my A shade smaller. Good old gravy. Ooh, cranberry sauce is good, and that's essentially the color that I'm writing with today. It's crazy to think of back in the day when I really disliked the classic variation of the capital G. Now I love it. Ooh, that last one was kind of wonky. Oh, roast beast. That's what they eat in Whoville. Peter, I can't imagine why. Hey Mom, how's it going? We're talking about Christmas foods, or foods that we're gonna eat during the Christmas holidays. Sauce. Spinach? Ew. No spinach. That sounds like a good idea. Christmas prep? I thought you were done Christmas prep already. Uh-oh, Dad ate all the baking. That's no good. I mean, that is a worthy reason to wreck a kitchen, I think. Treats at Christmas aren't made to last. There's no such thing as enough. Christmas carrots. Oh, Christmas. What was I gonna write? Oh, I was just gonna write Christmas treats. Apple pie is good. In our house, we have something called scuffs. Which are quite delicious. I mean, Fozzie, they're chocolate chip. So obviously, Chips gets to eat the chocolate chip. It's Chips chip. No? That just seems like it makes sense to me. Self-control. What's that? Fruitcake? Boo. I think you're right, Fozzie. I think it's a universal issue. Oh, too close together. Here, I'm gonna move my camera a little bit so that W is in the middle. I mean, it's close to the middle, but by middle, I mean I'm gonna put it on the left-hand side so that I don't go underneath the face cam all the time. Whoa. 2 seconds. There we go. Oh, why is it going all funky? Tighten normal for me, please. Oh, over here. There, maybe that'll be better. I had Oreos in my carry-on. They didn't last very long. Yule logs is a good one. Those are good. Oreos just don't last. It's not a thing. If I buy Oreos, they're gonna be gone in moments. I'm getting better with self-control with chocolate chip and peanut butter cookies. I've been working on it the past couple months, and I've been doing okay. The odd cheat day here and there, but I'm doing well. How you gotta do me like that, Fozzie? Come on. Oreos were right in front of me, and we were on the tarmac. We weren't taking off yet, and I was feeling snacky. So I had some Oreos. Reindeer poo? What is in reindeer poo? I have a feeling I know what that is, but I don't know what goes into making it. I mean, a family pack, maybe till takeoff, Fozzie, maybe. Perhaps. Oh, come on. Come on. What up, Charu? Oreos are just delicious. I can't help it. Whoa. My hand is in a funky mood today. Funky mood hand. For reasons unknown. Maybe because because I have so much stuff to do before I leave tomorrow still. Stress. Mint Oreos are pretty yummy. I like the specialty Oreos, but I'm a classic original kind of guy. golden Oreos are pretty yummy. I mean, Peter, they're not gold. They're just vanilla. They're just, I would call them blonde Oreos. Double stuffed are alright, but I like the classic. Oof. What's a baseline? Butter, brown sugar, rice cream. Oh, okay, yeah, those. Those are pretty yummy. I don't know if I've called them reindeer poop before. Frozen Oreos. I don't think I've had frozen Oreos, but for like, I mean, chocolate is better cold. All chocolate bars are better if they come out of the fridge before you eat them. Frozen Oreos. I guess Oreos and ice cream, that's a frozen Oreo, so that makes sense. Frozen grasshopper cookies. What is a grasshopper cookie? I don't know any of these snacks. See, but the problem is, Peter, in order for me to try that, I have to acquire Oreos to put in said freezer. And by the time I get them home, when it's time to put them in the freezer, they're gonna be gone. It's just kind of what ends up happening. They're just gone. Grasshopper cookies. Peanut butter M&Ms are pretty yummy. Wait, peanut M&Ms or peanut butter M&Ms? Because they're both exist. Do you mean peanut M&Ms or peanut butter M&Ms? I'm like that with peanut M&Ms. I like peanut M&Ms a lot. Ooh, Jesse, that's very, very traditional. Plum pudding. funky pea. Hey Kalika, welcome, welcome. That is a fun pea. I'm gonna try to do another one and try to get that stem a little cleaner, if I can. There's so many ways to flourish a pea of this type of variation. Loopy plum. It's festive-ish. I'm not wearing my Santa hat today, or I could be wearing my Santa fedora. I wanted to feel in the Christmas spirit over top of my headphones, which feels weird. I'll wear this down over one eye. It doesn't. I wish that this was on this side, so the camera would see the flower. Crazy pea. Now, I'm gonna do another one with the shade lower, maybe not that entire stem, just at the bottom of the stem perhaps. Ooh, that's fun. Pretty. It's a little bit, maybe a little bit too much. It's my Christmas fedora. This was a Christmas gift from Marilyn. She sent it to my P.O. box a couple weeks ago. Oh, you got one too? Nice. I didn't wear it to dance class, no. My head gets too sweaty in dance class, so I just wore my Santa hat. Fozzie, that could just be because you have kids, and Harry Potter is like the most popular thing on the planet for children. You can't blame me for everything. These ovals are not having it today. Yeah, it's not a new movie. It's the like 20th anniversary. That's called The Return to Hogwarts or something. I think it's just basically like Harry, Hermione, and Ron are getting together and talking about their experience and revisiting and talking about stories. I think that's all it is. It's not an actual like new Harry Potter story or anything like that. But they did just drop the trailer for the new Fantastic Beasts movie, which will be coming out in a long time, but they just dropped the trailer the other day. Ah, that's a good thing then, Marilyn, right on. It's a good pickup. Yeah, Fozzie, that's potentially why it's in the media currently. It's also Christmas time, and like Lego goes hardcore with Harry Potter around Christmas, and Harry Potter is just a big Christmas time type thing. What letter am I writing? A B? Trying to smooth that out. What nib am I using? My old faithful these days. I'm using a Hut 101. Oh, Marilyn. Got you. That is something that, yeah, I will agree with that assessment, Jesse. Lowercase letters often look nicer with a straight pen. For some reason, hairlines, especially in lowercase letters, hairlines almost, I won't say always, but almost always, what up, Gary? Look better with a straight pen. I don't know why. It doesn't make sense to me, really. I mean, there's some theories and whatnot that could make sense, but they still don't make sense to me. But lowercase letters, whoa, I never use straight pens. tend to look better with a straight pen, or the hairlines are better for whatever reason. When I bought your pen from Michael Saul, he looked at me weird for having a Nico. What do you mean he looked at you weird for having a Nico G? Doesn't he sell all his pens? I mean, he uses Nico Gs. Why did he look at you weird for having a Nico G? It could be the steeper angle. That's possible. It also has to do with, I mean, like, technically why. It's also the writing at every downstroke is slightly, I mean, even if we have hardly any pressure at all, our pen is going along the slant, so our downstrokes have the potential of being slightly heavier, whereas when we turn the nib this way, obviously our tines aren't going to open as much when we're not angled exactly on the 52-degree slant line. So that's one reason as well. Yeah, I mean, that's the pen that he uses, or that's the nib he uses. All his pens come with Nico Gs. So I'm curious why he looked at you funny. There's more to this story that I don't know. If I were to write with a straight pen, I'd have to turn my paper like so. Whoa. Oh, the angle's weird. Oh, he looked at you weird for not using one. I mean, that makes sense. That definitely makes more sense. He likes the Nico G, and he recommends the Nico G. I mean, I recommend the Nico G for people as well. Unless they want to do movement writing or things like that, then I definitely don't recommend the Nico G. But it is a good, I mean, it's a good pointed pen. I just don't use them because they don't flex easy enough for me. They're like lifting weights. But it all depends on what kind of writing you're doing. They have their place. I did that L way too slow. Maybe that's what I'll do with the holidays. Maybe I'll practice business writing with a straight pen over the holidays. Can't spell. I do wish that my hairlines looked or were as nice. And I've modified many of flanges trying to get the oblique holder to feel as nice in lowercase letters. But it just does not. But I think a lot of it has to do with the, like you said, the angle. Which I have a pretty steep angle to my pen or to my nib on my oblique holder. It's just not quite as good. You can see already, well, I don't know if you guys can see the difference in darkness. Even on the upstrokes. Anyways, I'm gonna stop doing lowercase letters now because my lowercase letters are ugly. That's true, Marilyn. It is a good nib for that. That's a good, yeah, fountain pen versus dip pen. Weight's completely different. Also, the grip, depending on your straight pen, the grip's gonna feel very different. But if you get a fountain pen set up and tuned correctly for you, then you're good to go. And they can be pretty great. I don't use them for flexing. I don't do any shading with fountain pens anymore. I just use super fine points. Part of me wonders with the straight pen to oblique holder thing, something about the way it's held by the arc, which I guess a straight pen is as well. But I wonder if there's just less pressure on the straight pen, and that's affecting the very tip of the tines and how they're being rotated or twisted, maybe? I don't know, it's strange. Yep, if a pen or an ink is problematic or is stressful, it gets the boot. I don't got time for that. I mean, unless I can tune it to be good. But if it can't, I don't want a problematic anything. You can quote me on that. Michael Ward, 2021. I don't want a problematic anything. hot for a hat today. Oh, that's no good. Maybe, is there some weird alignment with the feed that's causing it to gush more than it should? I like Tomoe River, but I don't think it's the best paper. I think it's good for certain applications. It's really good for fountain pens, I guess. I'm not a huge fan of it for dip pen writing or for shaded writing. But it can be a pretty good paper. Some good old Tomato River paper. Oh, yeah, that's valid. If you live in a tropical place, Tomoe River is likely not a good option for you. Or if you have sweaty hands or a humid environment. That makes complete sense. I think this might be my last page for the day. I know it's not super late. I think this is gonna be a short stream today. I still got quite a few things I need to get done. So I'm ready to leave tomorrow. And get my apartment also a little bit sorted so that when my buddy comes in to take care of my plants, he doesn't have to tiptoe over all of my junk and projects and things all over the place. I should leave my home somewhat nice, so when I come back in 2020 it is clean and presentable. But I will fill another page here, which will take us a little bit of time. Well, of course not, Fozzie. They're not black like your soul. The sheen does... I mean, I guess the only shining ink, the only sheeny ink I have is Sheen Machine. But Giancarlo, I agree with you. I think it is too thin. If I was gonna be writing in like a journal, if I was gonna fill like a journal with a lot of writing and I didn't want it to be super fat, then I would try to, if I was just using a fountain pen, I would try to use Tomoe River just because it is thin and I can fill an entire journal and it's gonna end up being like half the thickness of pretty much any other journal, which will be nice. But did I say back in 2020? Whoops, I wish I could time travel backwards. 2022, that's a lot of twos. 2022. I haven't been using like true walnut ink in a long time, now that I think about it. Triple two, 222. No, Lurker James is anti-drills. Wait, maybe we can also do this. Darn it. This nib is not very wonderful. I shouldn't blame the nib, I should blame me, but... $2022. I get from, go to the website Bricklink, I believe it's .com, Bricklink, B-R-I-C-K-L-I-N-K, Bricklink, and you can search in there like the piece you want, and then you can search the country if you only want to order from a specific place or something like that. But yeah, Bricklink is great. You can search the inventory of every Lego store in the world, or every Lego store that's registered on Bricklink, and order specifically whatever pieces you need. You are very welcome. I have to order some pieces from there to make a Lego bowler hat one of these days. Come on. Depends on how your muscles age, Hody. I believe some of the penmen were able to maintain their movement for a lot of years. Other ones, not as much. But it all kind of depends on what you're... I'm also assuming that in your writing, when you get to, say, 60, your goals with writing might be very different than your goals are today. I think right now in the world, everybody, all people are a little obsessed with getting better, with more and better in everything. Could be business, money, art, doesn't matter. I think everybody's a little obsessed with getting better or getting more. So take like somebody who's taking a dance class, for example. Not everybody who's taking a dance class is trying to be a professional dancer or is trying to be the best dancer ever. Sometimes they just want to take a class because they enjoy it. And they take the class not necessarily to get better, but because it's something they enjoy. And I think that's that sort of idea of being, if you are okay with like your level of things, it is okay to be okay with your current level of things, of whatever. If we're talking specifically about penmanship, if you want to get better, then awesome. It's great to want to get better at penmanship and to work hard to get better. But there comes a point where maybe you don't want to get better and you just write because you enjoy writing. And if that makes you get better, then cool. But I feel like the emphasis has been put on improving and getting better, and I feel like that's wrong. I think the emphasis should be on, what you're trying to get out of the script. If you want to do it just for fun, then do it for fun. You don't have to get better at it. Yeah. I think the world needs to think that way a little bit more about everything. Yeah, enough. If you truly want to get better, like if I want to get better at penmanship, if you genuinely want to get better at penmanship, awesome, then get better. Like, that's the way. Then you should want to get better if you want to get better. But if you legitimately don't want to get better and you just want to do it, there's no harm in just being good with where you're at. Coming to terms with that, which I think people have trouble with because the media and everything is so focused on perfection and doing everything more, better, faster, stronger, cleaner, blah. Too much stress. That's good, Peter. That's a great way to approach it, I think. That's a good philosophy, Marilyn. That is good. Yep. Well, like I said, with anything, not just penmanship, it comes down to what you want out of it. If your goal is to be a professional and to teach it and things like that, if you're gonna be doing it like that, then you should pretty much always be pushing to get better at it. But that being said, the ability to do does not, or has very little to do with the ability to teach and the ability to know. Classic in dance, there is a lot of dance teachers that when they get older, they can't do the things that they're teaching. And maybe they couldn't do them when they were younger either, but they understand how to teach those things. If you can both do and teach, then that's awesome. But so it's just being honest with yourself about what you're trying to get out of a script or out of a thing, anything, why you're doing it, and then moving forward that way. And you're allowed to think that, Hody, that's fine. Then you gotta work harder. If you think it's not good enough, then you gotta make it good enough. Good enough for you. Oh, that's awesome, Peter. That's cool. I often wish my writing when I'm not live streaming would be, or I wish my writing when I was live streaming would be as nice as my writing when I'm not live streaming. But, not the case. And it's not because of nerves. I think it's just because I'm talking and not as focused as I should be on the actual letters and forms and movement and freedom and all that stuff. Yep, knew that was gonna happen. Practicing along with me, that's fun. I mean, so long as you're not necessarily just practicing what I'm practicing, because I'm kind of all over the place today. These are more so doodle sessions than legit practice sessions. These are what some penmanship teachers would tell you not to do, because you're just messing about. But I like to mess about. There is no should, Hody. If you've been practicing for a couple years, then you're at the level you're at. Well, you definitely have a valid excuse, Fozzie. You have 3 little ones. And a Chips demanding your time. Whoa, what was that? Sleep wins. Yeah, understandably, obviously sleep wins. I don't have kids or a family and sleep wins for me. So don't feel bad. I was hoping Zach was on tonight. I think his package, his specimen that he purchased from me, Zach bought my EA LUP for one of my pieces, and I sent him a whole bunch of other specimens as well because it took me way too long to get his package sent out in the mail. And it was delivered, I think. I need to message him. Yes, right, and a pit bull. I forgot about that. You have your needy cow as well. Yeah, nice and smooth. Well, that's kind of just in response to what you're saying, Hody. That's kind of what I'm talking about being true to like ourselves. It's really easy to say, like, I should be better, I want to be better, I need to be better. But if we actually wanted to be better, we would be putting in those hours and that time. So obviously there's other stuff, and we're sort of okay with the level we're at. If we actually were truly wanting to be better, we would put in the hours. It's why I rarely, or I try to not say, like, I wish blah blah blah, fill in the blank. Because if I actually wished fill in the blank, I would do fill in the blank. I would work towards fill in the blank. There's gotta be something deep down in my brain that doesn't care as much as I think I want to perfect all of these forms, because if that was the case, I would just work on perfecting the forms. But I wake up and I do things with plants, or I carve wood, or I carve other things, or I whatever. There's so many other things that I like giving attention to. Origami, I mean, you name it. 8 billion hobbies over here. So I don't like saying, like, oh, I wish my forms were better. Or I'm not rough on myself for my level and where it's at, because if I actually wished those things, I would put in the time. Because it's hard, but putting in the time isn't the hard part. Yeah. If you actually want to do it, convincing yourself to do it is not the hard part. Because you just want to do it. So that's where we gotta be honest with ourselves. What do we actually want? What do we actually wish? It's too easy to wish for things and not actually care about getting them done. I will say, I am hoping in 2022 to work towards more of the things that I would potentially wish for. I feel like I've been in I don't want to use the term rut, but just I've been kind of floating, and not just with penmanship, but just with a lot of things. I've been just kind of chilling here over I don't want to blame COVID or lack of travel or anything like that. I'll take the blame for myself. I've just been watching movies and TVs and playing video games and things like that. But I'm hoping to sort of get my act together in 2022. Not because New Year's resolution and stuff, but because it genuinely feels like there are things that I want to be doing and I'm not doing them, and I've fallen in the habit of not doing them, which is the bad part. So when I'm in the habit of not doing them, even if I wish for them, I don't do them. So I want to work towards some wishes in the new year. Sorry, that's a lot of talking. I don't know if any of that made any sense at all. That's good, Jesse. It can be a lot, putting a time thing on it or being super goal oriented in that way. Yeah. I mean, seeing improvement is obviously always great. It always feels good. Bunch of people who like to come in here, have a Zoom. Whose writing is the best? It's an intro. How would that game go? It would be fun to do a Zoom call with a bunch of folks. I don't have a professional Zoom account, so I get cut off after 40 minutes. The next level in calligraphy. What do you mean next level? Whoops. Oh, nice. I mean, that's very true, Jesse. That goes a little bit back to when I was saying, I mean, if you just do it, you will get better. It'll take longer, but if you're just like doing it and practicing it, not necessarily to get better, but because you like practicing or things like that, you will get better. Or if you practice and you get stuck in wanting to get better and pointing out things that are wrong with your work, I mean, you're still getting better all the time. I personally am not a fan of over-critiquing work. I know it's really easy to over-critique our own work, and you guys have heard me talk about it before, the whole critique, but you take the negative aspect out of critique and you just let the critique be what it is. Like, either that could be improved or better, but it's bad, because in streams you hear me, I'll make a mistake and like, put an X on it and things like that, which is, I guess that's more of a show. Also, I know that I can do better writing than I sometimes do on these streams, which can be frustrating sometimes if I'm having a bad writing day or if just my hand doesn't want to cooperate during a stream. But yeah, it's nice to focus on what you're doing. I guess that's why they always say to keep a track of, like, keep a scrapbook of your work and things like that. So even if you're like, oh, look at my work, it's no good. Look at your work from 2 weeks ago, 2 months ago, 2 years ago, whatever. And you'll see if it's better or worse or things like that. And that's... I'd be lying if I didn't say sometimes I felt the same, Fozzie. And that's that whole, like, you just kinda, you're chilling. But if you're okay with where you're chilling, that's cool. That's why I don't hate on anything that doesn't use movement writing or anything. Because some people, I mean, movement writing is a huge undertaking. Not everybody wants to do it. We all have different goals for the time we spend with nib on paper. And those goals don't have to be public, they're just for us. It's important for us to know what those goals are, or just what that enjoyment thing is. I mean, deteriorating, we don't want to be deteriorating. It's always good to be practicing, or at least writing enough so you maintain, which I don't think is that hard. I don't think you actually have to write very often to maintain. I'll call him out. He's not in here, and I don't think he watches the lives very often. But if Gordon was in here, I'd call him out, because I'm pretty sure every time I see Gordon post, it's about how he's not good enough because he took so much time off. Every couple of months or every time I see him post, it's no, I took too much time off. I'm deteriorating, essentially. He's not deteriorating. He's chilling. He's just, when you take those breaks, you don't constantly improve. But that's okay. But I don't think we really deteriorate that much. Personal thoughts. I don't think we do. Oh, what's that little wavy do? It does take time, that is true. These days, if I'm being 100% honest, I end up spending more time looking through scrapbooks and studying and reading about penmanship. Less reading, basically just studying writing and looking at old writing. I've been enjoying that as a pastime, more so than sitting down and writing. Not saying that ranking them, that I like it actually more. I've been doing it more, I'll say that. I end up scrolling through scrapbooks or magazines and stuff like that more than sitting down and actually writing. That being said, I've been writing a fair bit recently with certain specific objectives in mind. Testing out specific styles and things like that. Which can be weird because some styles definitely affect the other ones and make learning a little counterintuitive. Habits are tough. We know what they say, you can't get rid of a habit. If you have a habit, you can't just stop a habit. You can replace a habit with something else. That's why people who chew on their fingernails will chew on like plastic straws instead. And then once that's the new habit, they'll replace that plastic straw habit with something else. And so you identify the trigger, and then you figure out what you can do to replace that habit with something that is not, or that doesn't have, I guess we'll say, a negative outcome or something like that. That makes sense, Fozzie. I'm pretty sure, I think Chin feels that a lot. I think there's a lot of people who've started doing envelope type work very similar to hers, or almost mimicking her. She has a very iconic looking envelope or looking style, and people have been mimicking those, and then she gets frustrated because, that's a bit of her identity. Not that it's not really stealing, because it's a kind of writing, but inspiration. Then yeah, I get that. That makes sense. I can't be frustrated if people steal my style of writing, because my style of writing tries to be what the books teach. It's different if somebody started flourishing or designing signatures like I do. I don't think anybody in the world designs signatures exactly like me, and I'm very happy that that's the case. Even people who take my signature design course take it and then create their own sort of identity within it. I think that's sort of what I did, learning how to do that type of stuff from Michael Saul, but Michael Saul's flourishes and my flourish designs look very, very different, and I'm very, very proud of that. Yeah, it definitely makes sense. People get super close. That's true, Marilyn. See the little kink in there? Go away. Be nice and smooth like that one. That one gets a happy face. That depends, Hody. That depends what you're going for. If you're trying to be an engrosser script writer or a copperplate writer, there is no room for style. If you're going to do flourishing and stuff like that, then yes. But it depends what your goals are. If you want to do perfect engrosser script, then there's no your own style in there. That is, you are trying to copy a engraved plate. You're trying to do exactly what you're supposed to do. And that same thing could be said for like traditional Spencerian. Even there's no like by the book ornamental penmanship because every penman sort of had their own identity and style. But it depends what you're training. Like if some penmen would like to write like E.A. Lupfer, other would like to write like Darner. People have different goals. You don't have to, I mean, yeah. It's nice to have your own style in a script. But I think a lot of times, and this goes with dance and goes with pretty much any art form, we gotta be careful about putting the emphasis or the too much energy into your own style of something before you get to the point where you are basically an expert or essentially a master, for lack of a better term, at the script in the first place. Yeah. It's an interesting one. That's true. I mean, yeah, the way you flourish, very similar to the way, not exactly the same, but the way you do like in your pajama sessions and stuff, it's a very Michael Saul style and it's a beautiful style. So yeah, you wouldn't, maybe Michael Saul gets frustrated when he sees you copying his style. I don't think he does. If that were the case, he would be very frustrated with a lot of people. What do you mean ES isn't very traditional? Engrosser script, copperplate, round hand are older than Spencerian or ornamental penmanship. I don't know what you mean exactly. They are older, they are more traditional. But I think I know what you mean. Lori coming in late. Merry Christmas, Lori. Thanks for popping in. We're actually about to, as soon as I get to the bottom of this page, and I only got about 2 more inches, we're going to be cutting this one off. Wow, it's already 11:30. Took me a long time to fill this page. I think I've been talking a lot. All right, Peter, have a good night, sweet dreams, and have a great Christmas and a Happy New Year. That sounds about right, Fozzie. That does sound about right. That's all. The first day he came to IAMPET this year, I was wearing short, like I was very much not dressed as MrMGWard with bow tie and whatever. I was wearing overalls, but short overalls, shorts, and I had one of the straps hanging down, so I was only on one side. And you all know the look, if you know Michael Saul, the look he gave me. And his comment was something to the effect of that I lost half of my clothing or something like that. It was quite funny. That's okay, Lori. We're just casually writing and chatting today. Super casual. It was pretty funny. His reaction to seeing it when he first saw me was pretty awesome. I should have counted how many comments I got on my attire that day. That was just regular summer Mike clothes. Penman Mike and Summer Mike are two different people, or two different styles. I cannot for the life of me get this shade to be sizable like the V shade. I want to be able to, but I gotta say, ladies and gentlemen, throws me for a loop. MrWard and exactly, it's like Jekyll and Hyde a little bit. Of course, if you would have given them to him, he would have stitched him up in his hotel room for you, potentially. Yeah, I can't get that shade. There's no reason I shouldn't be able to get it big. It just feels weird. It's a movement that I have to get used to. Like, that's a good size, but why can't I do that size on a capital S? Why not? I don't know. Well, no, I do know, because I don't practice it enough. If I just did it, I would be able to do it. How's that for logic? Good night, Lori. Sweet dreams. Have a Merry Christmas and a wonderful New Year. And we'll see you on the next one. It's a good exercise. I don't believe this exercise is in any books. If I wrote a book, I would put this exercise in it because I think it's a great exercise for both the S and the capital L. It's one of those things. I always want to say it. I want to write a book, or I should write a book. But I try not to say those things because if I really wanted to write a book, I would have written a book by now. But I want to write a book, we'll say that. I would love to have a book written. I just haven't written it. One day. One day. I was thinking the other day, because we know Zenarian. That's just Zaner with Arian on the end. Because, and who did that first? Spencer. Platt Roger Spencer, Spencerian. He just added Ian on the end. Zenarian. What if, Wardian? Does that sound weird? What if one day we learn the Wardian, or we could do Wardarian? Which is better, Wardian or Wardarian? The Wardarian School of Penmanship. I think Wardarian sounds better, but it might not make any sense. Oh, maybe that should be an E. No, that may be Wardarian. That has to be an E. Wardarian. Oh, everybody's writing it with a... Okay, with an A. Micrean. By their naming structure, they would go... Oh, good night, Mom. See you in a couple days. Oh yeah, I sort of started packing. I folded laundry today. That's almost packing. But I guess tonight's packing because I gotta leave tomorrow, so I gotta pack it tonight. Wardesian with an S? Fancy fuzzy. Or was that a mistake? Wardesian. Ransom changed things. Like for the Ransom School of Penmanship, Ransom went Ransomarian. So that's where the Aryan, so there's Wardian would be like Zaner and Zanarian and Spencerian, whereas Wardarian would be like Ransomarian, because that's what he did. These are the things that go through my head late at night when I'm studying penmanship scrapbooks and whatnot on my phone. I think like a lot of them just made their school of penmanship was named after them. Ransomarian, Spencerian, Zanarian. So nobody does that anymore. Saul could have done that. Solarian. Oh, that sounds cool. Or Sullian. The Sullian style of penmanship. Sullian, Solarian. Wardesian. Oh, Wardesian. That sounds like, what's the Beatles song? Rhodesian Wood? Is that a Beatles song? I don't even know if that is a Beatles song. Rhodesian Wood? Is that a thing? Wardonian. I like that too. See, there's lots of options. I just gotta pick one. Good night, Mom. Merry Christmas. See you in a couple days. I'll wish you Merry Christmas in a couple days, I guess. Not here. Well, there you go. Exactly. I mean, that seems to be what they did. Although, you gotta be careful with Gregarian, that's, I mean, if you're a Ready Player One fan. They didn't, like, Spencerian is the only one that used the term script afterwards. Like Zanarian, there's no Zanarian script. There's the Zanarian school of writing and the Zanarian style and books and stuff like that. But Spencer was the only one that actually put script on the end of his. Same with Ransomarian. That was the name of his school. It was the name of his, like, course. So this isn't Wardarian script or Wardesian script or anything like that. It's the Wardarian method of penmanship education. But I can't even say that because my method, I don't know what my method is. It's the same as the methods in the book. I don't have my own, I guess I kind of have my own theories and own stuff, but not specific enough to say my own methods. Johnarian. I'm going to start a thing now. Everybody's just going to start adding Aryan to their names, and that's the script they're using. Wardarian. It seems so, I don't know, it seems very vain, does it not, to add your name to something? Even though, I'm like, well, Zaner did it, all those guys did it, I want to do it too. But then when I do it, I'm like, that sounds very audacious. That sounds like if I was a professional surfer and caught a really wicked wave, I'd be like, yo, that wave was audacious. If I was a surfer guy, I was a beach bum, then way more things will be wardacious. Wardacious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. How about that? Alright, and on that note, oh sorry, Lamwong, you just got here, and I'm just ending the stream right now. Because I got to the bottom of my not last sheet of paper, but of my, what was it, 4th sheet of paper today? But like I said, there we go. We're gonna end that there. This is a fun stream. Chat, thank you for being awesome today. Thank you for indulging me on all my silly little topics that we were talking about today. As I mentioned last week, we're not gonna be doing a stream for, I believe, the next 2 weeks while I'm out of town, just because it's not really feasible to stream other places. I might try to be a little more active in the social medias if I can, since we got 2 weeks off, but we should be back in 2022 with Late Night Live number 73. As always, nobody ever does, but I'll say it anyways. As always, if you have any ideas for future streams or things you would like to do, since most of the ones lately have just been very casual, me just sort of writing and hanging out. If you guys want to do some specific themed late night lives, let me know. Drop them in the comments below on the YouTube video, and I will check those out, or message them to me on Discord. If you're not a member of our Discord channel, jump on the Discord. Hopefully the Discord will still be active and going during the holidays. I'm going to be posting some more stuff there coming up pretty soon here. With all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope everybody has a wonderful Christmas, Hanukkah, Festivus, whatever you practice or whatever you celebrate. If you celebrate nothing, I hope you have an awesome this time of year. And I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful new year. Make sure that you are falling in love with this process. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, that life should be just a bit of silliness, really. Till next time, everybody, so long.